Hello, everyone. I'm Roshaunda Green. I am the host of the SourceAbled LinkedIn Career Chat. And during today's session, I'll be sharing some career change advice. So let me go ahead and tell you about SourceAbled. So SourceAbled is a great company. We really provide great resources and job opportunities for candidates with autism, neurodivergence, or disabilities. And we connect them with clients who have autism at work programs or who provide accommodations for our unique candidates to have a great experience in the workplace. So if you know anyone, or if it's you who can benefit from SourceAbled, then go to sourceable.com, set up your candidate profile, upload your resume, and start applying for jobs today. And if you are a service or a support provider and you have some great candidates with autism, neurodivergence, or disabilities, please set up your corporate account and start sending us some of your great candidates today. We'll be so happy to work with you. All right, so now let me tell you about the SourceAbled resume sweepstakes. So originally this started in April the 1st. It was only supposed to go to about June, but we were getting such great results. We got some great candidates. We got a lot of new accounts, and a lot of the new candidates started their profile, uploaded their resumes, and we've been able to connect them to some great jobs. So I'm just going to continue the sweepstakes for just as long as it keeps working. So I've extended it now to August the 1st. It was supposed to end on August the 1st. I've extended it to November the 1st. I'm sorry. So you have more time to create. If you're a candidate with autism, neurodivergence, or disabilities, please go to sourceable.com, set up your candidate profile, and upload your resume. And please follow SourceAbled on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we choose winners every week, and we have some great prizes. So we have a SourceAbled camera cover. We have a SourceAbled aerator. And we also have a SourceAbled cup. So those are some cool prizes for you. So now let's get right into this career change advice. So career changes can be very stressful, could be very overwhelming. You're going into unknown territory, and you're leaving what you know, and you're changing to areas that you may not be too familiar with. But I'm here to help you through that, right? There's no time like the present. You always want to advance your knowledge, grow your skills, and to keep, stepping out there and doing what you think you can do, but you don't know if you can, be successful in it because you've never done it before. But you'll never know if you just don't get started, right? You just have to just get out there. And I am definitely a great person to talk about that because I have moved around quite a bit. So I moved from the mortgage industry to the banking industry to the media industry to the automotive industry, and now I'm in the staffing industry. And how did I forget? I also was an adjunct professor. So I was in the academic industry, right? So you just never know what will happen until you get out there and give it a try, right? You don't want to get to the end of your career or retirement and have a coulda, shoulda, woulda, or, what if moment. Just get out there and give it a try. And if you put 1,000% to everything and just be very persistent and consistent with it, and, do your research and learn, then you can succeed at anything. I truly believe that because that is what I believe in, and it's worked for me. Not saying that I wasn't scared or overwhelmed or questioning myself at some times, but I never let that stop me. And I never, showed any anxiety or stress. I was just cool as a cucumber and just trying to figure it out. So that's what they saw on the outside, and whether that's what I was feeling on the inside, it didn't matter. So for the career change, this is what I recommend. You have to, decide if you want a new career or if you just want to work for a different company. Those are two totally different things, right? Because you can stay in the same career and pursue that career at different companies. So sometimes if you feel like you're on autopilot or there aren't any growth opportunities or chances for advancement, or you really don't feel challenged, right? That could be a situation where you may just want to leave that company and go to another company and still work in that same capacity, right, at a different company. So make sure when you're thinking about a career change, that's the first question you want to ask yourself. But if you no longer feel fulfilled or challenged in your current career and you really don't see any growth opportunities for you, and you're ready to make a career change, now you've made that decision and you said, okay, this is not a company change, this is definitely a career change. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, and you've decided, yep, definitely want a career change. So that's when we'll go to the next step. There are so many free skills assessment tools that you can access. And I would say don't take one assessment, right? Take several assessments because you really want to be sure about this career change. So take some free assessments, and they make it really easy for you to understand, the results. And take those assessments and discuss your results with some wise guidance or direction, right? So maybe you know someone who worked in human resources, or maybe you have a great relationship with your manager or your human resources business partner, or someone who has a lot of corporate knowledge and has provided you with great wisdom in the past. And review the results of the assessments with them and ask them for their interpretations and their thoughts and their guidance. And you come to the table after you did your research and understood the results, so that you can have a really great conversation with them about this new direction. Okay. And then what you want to do is, usually in the assessments, they'll probably give you maybe 5 or 10 different career directions that you can take, right? So some of the career directions, you're like, that is exactly, the direction that I want to go in. Or some of the results may be like, I never thought about that. That's very interesting. And that's a new, career category for me. Right. So that's where you have to kind of look at, do I kind of want to stay with what I gravitate to and build my transferable skills on that? Or do I want to just make a total career pivot and go in a direction I never went in before? And maybe you won't have as many transferable skills. Maybe it's going to take a degree, a different college degree. Maybe it'll take a certificate or a different certification. Or you're going to need more academic knowledge to go in that area because you don't have any foundational experience in there, and that's fine, right? When you're making the change, it could be a slight change by building on the skills that you have and advancing them. It could be a totally different career pivot where you will need some more academic knowledge to have a solid foundation to advance in that direction, right? But just make those wise decisions and talk them over with someone who can really give you some sound advice, okay? And then you want to go into networking. And when I say networking, I'm not talking about shaking someone's hand at a networking function and just having casual conversation. When I'm talking about networking, I'm talking about joining the groups, right? So I would say let's just take recruiting, right? So if you were in human resources and you wanted to make a change from human resources to recruiting, okay, so that's kind of usually in the same division, and you would have a lot of knowledge because usually HR and recruiting work hand in hand. So that's a change that I can, talk about because I was in, HR, now I'm in, recruiting in my account manager role. So the first thing that I do whenever I make a career change is I change my groups, right? I want to be in as many recruiting groups as I can find on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and all of the the corporate social platforms that allow you to join groups. So I get in every recruiting group that I can find. And then when I'm on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter, I start following and connecting with as many recruiters that I could find, right? Especially those that have career chats or they write, blogs or anything. I start connecting from them, right? Because you want to immerse yourself. You want to immerse yourself in that industry and in that field with like-minded people that have that knowledge that will help you to better understand this new career change. And that is where you're making your change easier, right? You are doing the work and you're connecting with the people, and it doesn't feel as overwhelming. It doesn't feel as stressful, right? Because they're sharing some best practices, they're sharing some advice, and they could be helping you to avoid some pitfalls, okay? And then lessons, right? Be open to lessons about the new industry and occupation. So that means that there may be some great recruiting workshops or virtual conferences or, chats or articles that you can read. There's so many resources that you can, train yourself and teach yourself and really find more substance, right? You want to make this change, and then when you start educating yourself, reading articles, talking to other recruiters, and just really gaining a good understanding of that new industry that you want to go into. So like I said, I'll just do a quick debrief about, is this a new career change, or is this a different company and still focusing on the same career and just experiencing that career at a different company? Make that decision. Find as many free assessments as you can. Find a subject matter expert who can provide you with wise counsel and direction when you discuss your assessment results and options, right? You want to really narrow down on it. Like I said, if you get an assessment, they may give you 10 career options. Narrow it down to your top 3 to 5 when you go talk to a subject matter expert for guidance. Don't just come with all 10 options and say, I'm interested in them all. I can't make up my mind. Come to the conversation with some decisions that you've made so that you can have a better conversation and get some guidance and next steps. All right. And with your networking, whenever I change industries or companies or, or jobs, I always change my groups, right? So if I'm no longer at a mortgage company, then I don't need to follow groups with those subject matter experts. So as you change your careers and change your industries, change your networking groups, because you want to have relevant information that's going to feed you and help you grow for where you are now. Okay? And then you always want to be open to lessons. right? You're always going to grow. You're always, figuring it out. And these lessons help you to become a more polished, knowledgeable professional. So as you're making that career change, then, just take note of those lessons. Okay. So with my chat, as you guys always know, I'm always sharing jobs, right? So a career chat is a great place to get advice. But as a job seeker, you're listening to the advice and you're like, I'm still unemployed. I need a job. So that's where we're going to go a little deeper and talk about some jobs. So I know that a lot of companies right now are bringing people back to work. So pay attention to those jobs when you're applying for them, right? Because some jobs are saying remote 100%. Some are saying remote until COVID. Some are saying remote / on-site, right? So that means that you'll be remote maybe 2 days and in the office maybe 3 days. If it says remote until COVID, that means that you need to live within a 20 to 40 mile radius of the job, because they're going to expect you to be able to come on site when they bring everyone back to work. And those jobs that say 100% remote, like my job, which I love, I never have to go into the office, and I don't have to live in the same state as my corporate office, right? So pay attention to that when you're applying for jobs. So when I'm sharing jobs here, if I'm sharing a remote job, it's 100% remote. And if not, then I'll let you know the location for the jobs. So I've added a lot of IT jobs that are 100% remote, and some of these jobs are direct hire. Even though we're a staffing company and a lot of our jobs are contract, we also have some job opportunities that are direct hire. And we'll let you know that when you go to SourceAbled.com and when you look at the job, we'll let you know about that. If it's contract, it may say 12 months, and then most of our contracts have extensions. So you can be a contractor for anywhere to 3 years, or you can be a contractor for 6 months or 12 months, and then they may make the decision to bring you on direct hire. So please pay attention to that. So I have some remote IT jobs. I also have some IT jobs in Illinois, in Brooklyn, and in Missouri, and in Texas. I always have a ton of warehouse jobs in Pennsylvania, in Middletown and Mechanicsburg. A lot of these jobs are contract to hire, and they definitely will fast track you. Okay, I have a lot of financial jobs in Virginia, New Jersey, Michigan, and Illinois. I have clinical and pharmaceutical jobs in Massachusetts and California, in Connecticut, Illinois, and New York. And I have a lot of business operation jobs in Virginia, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York, and Illinois. And even though I'm only saying a few states, we have SourceAbled jobs everywhere. Go to SourceAbled.com and look at these opportunities. So I have some great remote jobs. This full stack developer job is a direct hire, and it is remote, and you must have mid-level software development experience in web development. So when they say mid-level, that's 3 to 5 years. If they say entry level, that's 0 to 3 years. And if they say advanced level, then that's 5 to 10 years. So we want you to have at least 3 to 4 years of software development experience. Okay, and we have an iOS developer job. So this is a direct hire, and it is remote. They want you to build reusable iOS software components. We have a remote direct hire, business intelligence, ETL, technical subject matter expert, level 1 job, where you will perform impact analysis of application changes. We have a direct hire remote data governance job, where you'll be responsible for audit process to ensure data governance standards and challenges are met. and you'll address those business challenges. We have an account communication lead. This is also remote and it's contract. So you have to be intermediate to advanced level in Microsoft Office, Teams, SharePoint, and Adobe to be able to edit PDFs, okay? And again, like I said, we always have a lot of warehouse roles in Middletown and Mechanicsburg. These are assembler, forklift operator, and general warehouse operator jobs. So we have a data center technician, and you must have experience in racking and cabling management. And we have a data scientist role in New Jersey. You'll need to evaluate the statistical methods and procedures. We also have a data entry specialist. You must have a minimum keystroke of 8,000 keystrokes per hour, and that's alphanumeric. And they expect you to maintain high levels of productivity and accuracy daily. We have lab technician role in California and Illinois. And they want you to adhere to SOPs, CGMP, plant safety, and system requirements. And we have a quality assurance job in Virginia. They want you to perform activities with a global documentation management system. We also have a safety coordinator job in Lincoln, Nebraska, where you will need to advise and lead employees on various safety related topics. So we have a lot of great jobs. Now these are just a few. So I pull out a few of our hot jobs just to give you an idea of what we have on SourceAbled.com. Hopefully this encourages you to go to the site, set up your candidate profile, upload your resume, and start applying for some of these great jobs. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or need additional information about anything I shared in this presentation, about any questions about any of the chat sessions that you've listened to, especially, this one. So you can always email Roshaunda@wrangham.com. I'm always doing informational interviews. So if you go on the site and you don't see any jobs that align with your skill set or your experience, then you can definitely have an informational interview with me. Or if you applied for a job on SourceAbled and you want to discuss that job with me, you can also email Roshaunda@wrangham.com. I'll have an informational interview with you, and if you're a good fit, I'll share your resume with a recruiter for them to contact you to prepare you to submit you to the client. So there's so many opportunities, and I'm always here for the candidates. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Clubhouse. And I definitely want you to follow SourceAbled on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we're also on YouTube. So thank you for joining the chats. Please share this chat with any candidates that you know that have autism, neurodivergence, or disabilities. And if you're a service provider, please share this chat with other service providers. We definitely want to get the word out there because we're doing some great work, and we want to impact and empower those great candidates with autism, neurodivergence, and disabilities, and connect them with our clients who have autism at work programs or provide accommodations for these great, unique candidates. So let's just keep on doing some great work. So thank you for joining the chat today, and I hope this information was useful. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.